44, beautiful, narrow, and winding, is a link between the state's past and present.
It's Connecticut's corridor.
Picturesque, too.
Route 44 will get you where you want to go.
From New York to Rhode Island, the road stretches 106 miles, going from Salisbury and Winstead to Mansfield and Pomfret, with the city of Hartford in the middle. Once out of the city and suburbs, parts of Route 44 look much as they have for hundreds of years. The farms with cows grazing, the lakes with birds migrating above. Traveling 44 is like taking a journey back in time. Indians were first to use the route, the path for hauling corn to Boston in the 1600s. By the time this mile marker arrived in 1774, that path had become a heavily traveled road. Toll houses, some of which are still standing, arrived by the end of the 18th century as the road came under the control of turnpike companies. The road's most famous traveler, President George Washington, followed it on his way to Boston in 1789. In Ashford on Saturday night, November 7th, the trip came to a temporary halt. Connecticut law prohibited travel on Sunday. The father of our country, despite his power, was stuck. Washington wrote in his diary about his visit here to Ashford. He attended 2 church services at the old meeting house that used to be up on the hill here, about the discourses, as Washington called it, from the Reverend Enoch Pond at the time. He said they were lame. And about his accommodations at the nearby tavern that he stayed in, Washington said they weren't very good.
You would have people that would have powdered wigs. And
Dr. Blake Prescott discussing the history of his home, the former Mixer's Tavern. Washington apparently stayed here, or at the old Dyer Clark Hotel. No one is completely sure. But Dr. Prescott has evidence that was dug up in his tavern cellar.
If you can see that,
G. Washington.
it's a wig comb.
But when told of Washington's disparaging comment in his diary, tavern, not a good one.
Not a good one, yeah. Well, we'd like to think that remark was about the other one.
As the years went by, the road and life along it changed little. Then came the railroad and the automobile.
When I came in 1919, this road was not paved there. They paved it in 20. There was one building on Fifth Street, but now you can't count how many there is. One building in a mile of the road.
86-year-old Eugene Giglio will never forget the way it used to be when the road through Bolton was surrounded by dairy farms. Cars and the pavement that followed them changed everything, forever. Nowadays, Gene passes the time at his front yard vegetable stand, watching the world go by on Route 44, remembering how a piece of the past still runs under this now busy road.
And they took all the stone walls and they hand laid them under there. So that's got a tremendous foundation. See, not all the walls are gone. They're all under that road.
Route 44, a road that connects Connecticut from borders east to west, communities rural and urban, a passage to the state's past.